Hi, this is Outlaw Bookseller again with yet another John Foxx unboxing. They're coming thick and fast at the moment. Thanks to everybody in the John Foxx and Ultravox fan community for supporting these videos I'm doing. You know, it's been great to see the amazing response to them. And today is Friday the 19th of November, which means that church is released today. And you probably see behind me that what we have on the screen is the old Cathedral Oceans DVD, which I think was limited to 500 copies some years ago, and because it's in 5.1. I do love 5.1 mixes, and it's really, really beautiful, and it's just a nice thing to have on in the background sometimes, you know, give you that sort of ambient thing. So we're going to do church today. One or two people have already asked me, because I only uploaded the 3-into-1 video this morning, about the film I mentioned. I mentioned Ultravox music being in this film Away Days, based on the novel of the same name by Kevin Sampson, and you know, it does say it's, you know, it's like about football, and there is part of it, but it's really a study of two outsiders, and it's a great British film. So if you want to hear some Ultravox music and some magazine in a great British film context, check it out. It's really, really good, and there's more to it than first appears. So here we go. Let's have a look. So the postman has been, and here's a nice large parcel from our friends at Townsend Music. So everything seems to come from Townsend Music, doesn't it, these days? Just give this a little snip there. This is quite exciting because this is like it's a compilation, but it's an original album, isn't it? It's something that we haven't had before, and reformed. So let's just get the old sharp scissor to one side, and here we go. Oh yes, right, okay. So just pop that down there, and there we go. There's John in all his Italian glory. Church, really, really fantastic. And just going to do that. And this is a gatefold, so I'm just going to get the shrink wrap off. So what is on this? Well, of course, there's Miles Away, the singleton, the standalone single, which sort of came between the first two albums, and I've got a really vivid memory of buying it on 7-inch from the independent record shop in my hometown in Pontypridd, South Wales, back at the time, and you know, it was great melodic track that we all enjoyed. So off comes the shrink, nice and easy. There we go. And I'm sure a lot of us today are unboxing this. There we are, lovely gatefold, very, very smart. Excellent. There's a text in there. Should be looking forward to looking at that. It's obviously something John has put together, maybe from The Quiet Man. We'll have to have a look. But really, really nice. Absolutely beautiful. And the livery fits in perfectly with the garden, doesn't it? Which is fantastic. So I'm going to do things slightly backward today. I'm going to put the PVC sleeve on first. Let's have a look. Let's get that sorted. And yes, so it's got Miles Away on it. It's also got This Jungle, which I think was on the B-side. Was it on the B-side of Europe After the Rain? I can't remember. But it's one of those tracks which isn't collected in many places. It's on sort of like a Virgin Best of CD, which I've had for many, many years. But it's been one of the more obscure tracks, which we don't really hear so much. And obviously refers to This City as well, which is an early sort of Metamatic era classic, isn't it, really? So let's pop that into there. Okay, that's that done. Lovely, get that protected. And it has the 5 swimmer tracks, of course. So side one is This Jungle, Miles Away, A Long Time, and Fog. So that's interesting. Fog, I'm not sure if I know that one. Could well be that Fog is something I don't have, or is that unreleased? Perhaps somebody will pop in the comments. I've not researched it yet. So yeah, really beautiful there. Now, of course, there's 2 variants of this. There's the red variant, and this is the sort of neon sort of violet one. So beautiful inner sleeve there. Fantastic. Absolutely great. And you know, John's record is also well designed because of course he's a visual artist as well, and he was in the bookshop I work in one day, and we were talking about Piranesi, which of course these days uses a title of a novel by Susanna Clarke, which won the Women's Prize for Fiction. We were talking about the artist Piranesi and what was available, because there isn't very much. We'll just have a look at the record itself. Wow, fantastic. And when I see John, he's more often than not, even though he does buy fiction and things, he's more often than not shopping in the art section of the bookshop I work in, and he retains his interest in drawing and painting the visual arts, and that comes across in the design. That's really lovely. So beautiful label set. So I thought I'd go for the violet. I was tempted by the red, but you don't get so much on this colour, and this is really, really nice. So that's marvellous. I'm just going to get the old poly-lined inner, as usual, as part of the regular Outlaw Bookseller curating standards. Slip that in there. Fantastic. That also protects the inner sleeve. So get that in with the LP. So we really are spoilt at the moment, aren't we? We've had some great stuff. I mean, you know, John does keep it coming, and he keeps working and producing new stuff, and which is great. You know, he doesn't sort of leave it years and years between records, and you know, we've got a dedicated fan base, people like me and you watching, and you know, we love all this great stuff that he does. So and when it's done as beautifully, not just sonically but visually as this, you can't really argue with that, can you? So there we are. I do love these pictures of John in that period. Obviously they're very Eurocentric, and he always reminds me of T.E.Lawrence, Lawrence of Arabia. I always think of him as the Lawrence of Arabia of the synthesizer, the T.E.Lawrence of the synth. And you know, David Bowie's Secret Life of Arabia, he's always seemed to have that sort of very romantic sort of image, you know, with the cheekbones and the blonde hair and stuff. He was such a handsome guy. So that's Church, and it's going to be a real pleasure to look at that. I must look into fog, because that's, I'm sure, is something I don't know. So this is Outlaw Bookseller. Thanks again for all the support. I will be doing some more Foxx and Ultravox related videos to talk about some of my thoughts about some of the songs on the albums and in the context, because for me Ultravox were one of the big four of my youth in the late 70s, early 80s. You know, to me, alongside the Stranglers, Magazine and Japan, Ultravox were, you know, the fourth really important Eurocentric rock band that, you know, came between glam and punk rock, new wave, and what was laughingly called new romantic. I think the only real romantics of that period were Fox's Ultravox and Japan myself, but I'll talk about that more length again. But thanks again for your support. I hope you've enjoyed this. Hope you're all going to enjoy listening to Church this weekend. So we'll sign out for now. Thank you.